Hello, everyone, and welcome to Live What's Happening Coachella Valley. I am Francoise Rhodes, joined by the man himself.
What's happening, Coachella Valley? How's it going? It is, I think we're in November. Are we not, Francoise? So many things have changed.
Within a week.
Yeah, we were 121 degrees a couple weeks ago.
Oh, you're talking about the weather.
Oh, everything's changed. Okay. We have a new president-elect, apparently. I don't know. Lots of things have changed since the last time. Yeah, you go away for 1 week. I missed you.
Thank you.
We were working so hard without you last week. And
I watched the show. Even though I said I wasn't going to be around, I was watching parts of the show. I thought it was incredible. I loved all your graphics. I loved the split screen. I was so jealous that I wasn't on them.
That's right. You know, we have some incredible technology. We're going to bring it. We're going to bring more of it. But I had to experiment while you weren't with me, and that was great. It was really. Worked out really well. We had different guests, as you remember, call in and also split screen. So we'll be bringing some of that back here soon because it's just so much easier to watch.
I was trying to find us. We're here. We're actually here.
Well, let me.
So that was very, very cool. I want to say hi to Dan and Lane. They're watching. Laura Green joined in. Yes, everybody. Gary's watching. Rick Peterson is watching. Hi to all of you out there. And yes, and 1 week goes by, and how lazy do I get? I forgot to even put the promotions on this morning that we were going to be here.
Well, thanks a lot. I really appreciate that. I tell you, you give her a day off. You think she's going to rebound, recover, and be thinking about the show. But no, she just absolutely just
I was thinking about the show. Look at all this stuff I have in front of us. I was ready. I was thinking because actually we have things to talk about besides the other stuff.
Well, I suppose more than just lockdown because things are happening. People are out.
Are we in lockdown? I'm confused.
Well, I know it is very confusing. We are in lockdown, and in fact, you could still only have 3 families for Thanksgiving. I hope that you know that.
3 family members?
3 different families, and then those families can have multiple members as long as they live in the same house. But somebody has to be responsible for taking all the names and phone numbers, and you're supposed to be doing it outside. And they recommend you don't spit, sing, or a few other things. So there are restrictions and suggestions because we still are in COVID land.
I know. We want to say hi to Andrew Thornay.
Oh, great. Look at you going for it.
Miss my work? Well, we miss your work also. Vicki Lee Mills, good morning to you.
Hey, Vicki, how you doing? Thanks for joining in.
Yeah, all these regulations, but here's what's so confusing to me and everyone out there. Let's see. The museums are opening, and we can talk about that coming up. The wild lights will be happening.
Now, wait a
in the
minute.
Desert.
What do you mean zoos? Zoos are, museums are open outside. See, that's the problem now, is that they were in Tier 2. You could go inside the museum, but now you can't, which obviously is creating a tremendous amount of challenges. The Palm Springs Museum. Well, that's very interesting. The Palm Springs, maybe it is. The Palm Springs Museum actually sold at auction a $3.9 million carousel. The painting was a carousel. Steve Chase, interior designer, had donated it to them. But they're realizing that without people going in to their shops and paying entry fees and buying food at the restaurant and so on, that they are not able to cover costs. Even though donations are still coming in, not enough. They need the activity. So even our downtown Palm Springs is having some challenges. And I understand that the one in Palm Desert that's connected to they announced that they're actually shuttering or closing completely?
They're not going to close completely. Actually, the Palm Springs Art Museum wants to still keep the garden area and still put sculptures out there, but the physical building itself and maintaining that building and curating the pieces that go in there, the city of Palm Desert is seeing how they can take that over and use that as some sort of artist studio, which I don't see anything wrong with that as well.
No,
I want to say good morning to Brett Coor. Hi, Brett.
Hey, Brett. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for being here with us. So it's, there's a lot of things changes and asking for donations all the time. For my nonprofit, I really barely asked for any.
Well, you know what? I'm going to ask for donations for you. Arts and Artifacts Across America is your nonprofit. You can go to travelingwithfrancoise.com. Take a look at what she's doing because it's all about small towns across America and bringing you this type of information, which she's been doing for years. And I'm so happy to be able to join up with you every week to share with the world and everybody.
And you do all this fancy stuff when I'm not here, just so you know. But the problem with that is a lot of these small towns are kind of closed in some areas, so you can't even film there because not enough is open to do a good job.
That's interesting. Yeah,
See?
to get
And
enough different video and B-roll and other things, right, to be able to make it interesting.
Right.
So,
yes.
Okay, excuse me for just a second. I'm going to let you continue on.
Okay.
I'm going to share a little bit more.
So I'm going to talk about a little bit about the weather in the Coachella Valley. If you haven't noticed, we had some of that water. So it wasn't sprinklers yesterday. It was actually rain coming down on us. Rain, clouds, wind, rainbow, lots of seeing some great photos on CoachellaValley.com and on the Facebook page, the Coachella Valley, some incredible photos. So you want to check that out. But it went from 100 and some degrees to us having to wear warm clothes and long pants.
We broke records. I think we were pretty much 120 some October. If you remember the first 23 days of October, we had triple digit temperatures.
Yeah.
We also had like 151 days straight of triple digit, or not straight, but triple digit temperatures during the summer time, April till whatever now. That broke a record. And now today we're at 67 degrees, going to be 67 tomorrow. We had snow in the mountains. We had snow flurries in Joshua Tree. The snow guessing contest over.
Yes, we have the winners too.
10 o'clock, it snowed at 10. I think it was at 10 o'clock in the morning. And you had to have 1 inch of snow at the tram, and it definitely snowed. And we're right in the middle of still a wind warning. We're in the middle of a winter weather watch. It's going to be still cold, windy, and a little more potential rain today.
But I feel it very appropriate with a week.
It's like clearing out the past, and now we're bringing in the future.
Well, I don't even know about that, but Jacqueline Will, she says, good morning from cloudy but beautiful Laguna Beach. Well, good morning to you.
Hey, Jackie. What's going on?
Graham Chappelle says, did I say his name wrong? I call him Chappelle. It's Campbell.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Good morning, guys. 67 degrees would be in tropical Scotland. It is in tropical Scotland. So beautiful over there. So green. But you know what? They're so green because you guys get all of that rain that we don't get. So that's why you're green and we're kind of not desolate looking. But actually, it's pretty cool out there. It's nice to see clouds. It's weird when you live in the desert all the time. When you get a cloudy day, we love it. It's nice not to see sunshine. I know a lot of you might not get it, but those of you who live in the Coachella Valley and the desert area, you get it. Once in a while, they have a day that's overcast. Is fantastic. Maria says, greetings from Hungary. I love Coachella Valley. Well, we love you as well. We hope you're going to be able to come back and visit us here in the Coachella Valley in the next year. So, okay, I think that's us there.
That's right. I've been sharing it around. Today's California. Oh, let me get Francoise. Let me get it on your page.
Oh, please do that. Yes. Yeah,
okay. So I got one more to go.
Okay. Lori Antis is watching. Hey, Lori. All right. And sunny and warm in northern Minnesota. Really? I thought you were getting snow and cold. Every time they show the map on television, it seems like it's cold over there. So, I don't know. It's cold almost everywhere. But anyway, it is beautiful. We need rain here in the Coachella Valley. We want to thank everybody for joining us. We do have some things to talk about pertaining to what is going on here in the Coachella Valley. Believe it or not, we do have events going on. And also a few other things, items that I want to bring up that Craige doesn't even know that I'm going to talk about. I want his initial reaction. I want your initial reaction. And please don't say it's the generation or something. I don't know. Don't say that. I don't want that, does that make sense? Don't say it's that generation because I know it's that generation, but it's no excuse. All right.
There you go.
Yes, right.
We've been shared around the world, travelingwithfrancoise.com. We're on Coachella Valley, of course. That's what you're watching here. Today's California and today's Canada. All pages that we operate here and have a lot of fun, being able to... we have a page that's a country. Today's Canada. We have a page that's a state. Today's California. We have an area. Today's Coachella Valley. Or Coachella Valley. And then we have Traveling with Francoise, which is informational about traveling, tips, news, and everything else that's going on.
Hard. Yeah. I mean, it's really becoming hard because there's some good, but there's still so much bad, and it's so very, very confusing. All right, can I lay one on you? I have to get it's Veterans Week also.
Oh my gosh.
So we honor all our veterans.
And that's fantastic. And what's odd about it is it's Wednesday.
Yes.
I know, but Memorial Day, Labor Day, Monday, national holiday. I know the banks are closed on Wednesday.
Yep.
Now is the post working?
Oh, I didn't even look. I think usually
do we have trash? Because we always do that too. Well,
Yeah,
the
no,
trash
trash
being
is
picked
probably
up.
going to happen.
Yeah.
But the mail might not, because if the banks are closed, I don't know if the stock market, I really didn't look into that. I guess I should have. Ooh, my gosh, I'm kind of dropping the ball there. Okay,
Well,
are you ready for this?
Well, yeah, I just wanted to really quickly say that our deepest sympathies to Alex
Oh,
Trebek.
I know. I just saw that on your
age
page.
80, died of pancreatic cancer. He announced in 2019 he had stage 4. Alex Trebek dead at 80. Boy, that is just a tough thing to hear.
And he worked up until as long as he could work. You know, he was
It looked
such a
great.
trooper out there.
I mean, he was just so intelligent and smart himself. You know,
I'm
and
shocked.
didn't even seem like he aged. A little bit like Dick Clark.
Yes.
You know, where it just seemed ageless.
And he seemed so positive that things were working for him, and at least the medication that they were trying, because they are constantly coming up with new medication. Yeah, it's really so sad.
What do you got for us, Francoise?
Okay.
All right, here we go. I had to do that just to get myself prepared.
All right, I was looking online. This is so appropriate. Will.i.am was saying, tech without regulations is scary. Will.i.am, the rapper.
Will.i.am, the rapper.
The rapper.
Okay, it said
that tech without regulations is scary as hell. The entertainer says he loves technology and believes it has the power to educate and equalize. He's worried our education system is failing students and the future workforce. Change the distraction agent. I was reading this because I actually ran into 2 high school students. And I was talking to them about things. No,
you ran them over
I did run over. I was actually talking to them about the hospitality industry and things like that. Neither one has ever addressed an envelope nor knew how to address an envelope.
Interesting.
I was shocked.
I mean, you almost have to say it's not true, right? I mean, your first reaction is they're kidding you, or they're just pulling your leg, and then you start and you think it could be true.
No,
that
it is
maybe
true.
Many of our younger people have not used an envelope. They use email or text or TikTok or whatever else.
But some point in their life, they will more than likely have to address an envelope. So when I saw that, and I mean, it was the truth, because I actually handed one an envelope to address, and they turned it over to the backside where there was no stamp on it or anything. And I'm watching this, and I'm...
Now, they wouldn't have been able to do their mail-in ballot? Like, when you say addressing...
Too young to vote.
So now, have they ever put a stamp?
No.
So they hadn't even mailed anything?
Nothing. Never.
But I remember, you know, as a kid, we would do the letters, you know, across internationally.
And also thank you notes.
That's right. We would send
Christmas cards.
The parents would always make us do that and send them off to grandma and grandpa for having sent us stuff. And then we would have, what are they called when you're...
Pen pals?
Yeah, pen pals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And those types of things. So I think I just filled out an envelope. I did on my mail-in ballot, and I think I sent something else that I had to by envelope, which is always a pain to try to find the stamp. I can't believe that we're talking about this.
I know.
Thank you so much for bringing this amazing topic up.
And on the flip side to this, after I taught them how to address an envelope, they were very excited.
And now they want to start sending stuff all over the
place.
place.
They were very excited. So I was talking to someone else that was involved in the same thing I was doing, and I don't want to say any names or anything because it's just the whole thing shocked me. And the person said, well, you know, in school, maybe that's something now that we need to teach the students.
Interesting. Well, you know, I think it would be great to keep the personal touch of handwriting, of course. Yeah. And there's something special about a handwritten letter. I don't know. I have a really good friend that when he does send me stuff, always writes a little note. You know, maybe he buys a gift or something, and we've known each other forever. But it's always something, you know, and I open it up and I'm always like, gosh, that's crazy. I can't even find a pen.
So I don't know, folks, if you have...
I don't have any paper here.
If you have nieces and nephews and your own children, you might not have even thought about this. Or your grandparents, think about it. Hey, Randall, how you doing? He is watching. Yeah, think about it and say, hey, let's learn how to address an envelope and put a stamp on it. And a return address. Cabazon
dinosaurs have been lit up. Can you believe it? Did you know this?
No, I didn't.
The Cabazon dinosaurs all have lights now. And you could go watch them at nighttime. In fact, One of them is painted as Santa Claus.
Already?
Yes.
Oh,
it's very
should
cool.
be a turkey. Wouldn't they be great as
that
a
would be
turkey?
very neat.
Oh my god. Okay.
So I just want to let you know, Cabazon Dinosaurs have a very special. They have Santa there. Started November 6th. Late night, it lights up when it gets dark, and a lot of people are very, very interested in that.
Well,
we also go ahead.
Speaking of lights, the Living Desert is actually going to do their lights. What did they?
Well, we have wild lights.
Wild lights.
Yeah,
That's what they
wild lights is coming up.
Why does it not say wild lights?
I'm
Oh,
not
there it
sure.
goes. Wild lights right there.
Wild lights is coming up.
They're going to do that.
Yes, they
are.
are.
I didn't think they would, but they're going to.
Let me tell you why they have had no problem. Because remember, they did the Halloween too. There is because it's outdoors and it's a zoo, and outdoor zoos, museums are allowed to operate outdoors. So because the Living Desert is primarily outside, you can actually go to it. In addition to that, the gift shop is open, but that's because it now serves food. So as a result, you can go in and you can pick food up. Now there's nowhere in there to seat, to sit down and eat that food, but the gift shop is open and the zoo's open. So of course the wild lights are open, and usually there's a members night. So I would be quick about it, because I feel like they're going to shrink down the amount of people that could be in there.
Yes.
And you do have to make reservations so that they know when you're coming in, and they can parse you out, and also do tracing because they have your information if something were to happen. I haven't heard of any issues at the Living Zoo. About COVID or even anyone catching it there.
So Wild Lights will be held select evenings Wednesday, November 25th through Sunday, December 27th from 6 to 9 p.m. And you do have to buy your tickets online so they can keep track of how many tickets are sold. And you can go to their website, which is livingdesert.org. So Wild Lights is back. I'm glad. I like Wild Lights. That's one of my faves.
February 6th. Guess what's coming in town? All across the Coachella Valley. Very, very exciting.
February 6th?
Biannual. February
Modernism
6th.
Week?
Desert X. And you're right. Modernism Week Fall Preview just finished their virtual October 15th through the 30th, I think, through the end of the month. Or maybe those things are up for 30 days. But they did announce that they are going to come back and do their Modernism Week. They're not sure exactly what it's going to look like. Primarily still virtual is what the announcement said. But I do think that they're going to have some physical things here in February.
I heard something about bus tour, that they were selling tickets for the double-decker buses and stuff.
So there you go.
So they're going to do something.
Now, I don't know what rules will have changed from where we just went through. I don't think we'll be in tier 1 or 2 or new rules. Maybe there's just more confidence, that people here. I understand we're having, large breakouts throughout the United States, but here in the Coachella Valley, we have seen a little bit of a bump up. But the truth is, we're at some of the lowest rates of hospitalization, ICU. Our healthcare industry is begging people to come back to do surgeries, saying that it's safe, because they really do need people in the hospitals, because we're not having as big of a challenge or trouble, and we're not being stressed like maybe some other areas are. So here in the Coachella Valley specifically, we're not an urban area. A lot of outdoors activity. We don't have a lot of mass transit and things like that. I've been announcing. So I just want to say, so Desert X is coming back.
Well, I talked to Desert X people the other day trying to get a sculpture out in Borrego Springs.
Oh,
because we have all these metal sculptures.
Right, of course.
However, they've basically set up the whole plan already, and for this coming up one, but maybe in the future we could have one out.
Well, it sure seems that you could do a Borrego X as an add-on. It does seem that you could get, and here's a call out, a shout out to you guys right here. Get a hold of us if you have any interest in some sort of Borrego X, because I do believe that you could put several sculptures out there. Maybe it's not Desert
You're in charge.
X. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Just write me a check. Certified cashiers.
I hear you. Lori says it's 70 in her part of Minnesota.
70
She had to go check.
We're going to only be 67 here. That's our high here in the Coachella Valley. And I'm looking outside and I'm chilly because the wind, I could see it. I could see
jacket.
I could see, I got my jacket on.
I know.
Inside.
Here.
So Desert X goes through February 6th through April, I think it says 11th.
Yeah.
So stay in touch with us. Of course, we'll be putting articles about it, maps. It's huge out here. and all of those activities are outside. So I think it'll be safe, fun, and I can't wait for Desert X.
I really feel that being safe. Now, Cabot, I want to give a shout out to the Cabot's Pueblo Museum. They are opening on Wednesday, on Veterans Day. They're having a special event going on. The grounds will be open. You can walk the grounds, take photos and stuff, and enjoy the views of the valley. All guests are required to wear masks. Remember all the masks. Free admission for veterans, a $5 nominal fee for others. If you've never been, go back up to the Cabots, because they're starting all sorts of programs at the Cabot's Pueblo Museum. Very cool up there. So interesting. It gives you a history, feel of what the valley used to be like before it became a star-studded event. You can go to their website, cabotsmuseum.org, because you have to buy tickets like everywhere else.
Right.
Tickets in advance.
Right.
Yeah.
They want the tickets so that they can parse. They don't want too many people coming in at a specific time, so you can schedule a time, and that way they can keep everybody distance. So some other things, I posted, there was a skate night. This is very unique activity.
I could see you out there skating, by the way. I pictured Craige out there on his skates, just like zipping through everything.
9 o'clock, everybody met at the Palm Springs Art Museum. We posted it. Others posted it on social media. And we rolled out at 9:30 at night. And it was about a 7-mile trek. Stopping at some liquor stores, getting some drinks. Everybody was wearing masks, and you have social distancing. What a great activity. Stay tuned, CoachellaValley.com, because we put it all over social media. And isn't that just a unique activity that people could come together, meet, and roll out and have some fun and enjoyment and do it safely? So I'm always excited to just the nature of humans and their creativity, how entrepreneurs, Lupine Plaza, we mentioned it last week, a block-long area that just has some chairs and stuff there. And you can go and get local restaurants, you can order food, and they'll bring it out to that little area in Lupine. And I saw people drinking and eating and just having fun.
Good time.
It is really neat. I was out yesterday at the Yard House, again, one of my favorite locations. It was freezing. People were not dressed appropriately. It's all outdoors.
They come for the sunshine. Yeah.
I was wearing, I think, a down coat last night.
And people were looking at you going, wow.
No, they were
wishing they had your coat.
How they could grab that coat.
Yeah.
I look like a local, and smart local.
Yeah, you could kind of tell the visitors from the locals. And we asked visitors, too. This is something we want all our visitors to be aware of, too. We've had a little bit of spike, and I've known of several cases in different country clubs where people have come back not knowing that they have the virus. And they have it. They get tested here and find out they have it. So don't fly back. I know some couples, they get on a plane and fly back. Don't do that with the virus.
Yeah, just check yourself prior. Get a negative reading before you head on a plane and come out here to the Coachella Valley for sure.
Oh my gosh!
I think we already brought it up, but the snow guessing contest ended. We have winners. Well, why don't you share? We have 5 winners for the Palm Springs aerial tram. They have, every year they've done this contest. They've had a winner every single year.
Well, it
snows up at the tram every single year.
220 entries were received, which is good. And how many of you out there have never been to the tram? We usually give away a lot of tram passes. So I did some research to find out what's going to happen with the passes that those of you have won. Hold on to them, because they're still not sure. They want to validate them and make them and validate them so you can still use them, but they're still not sure how they're going to do it. And right now, because of the restrictions of only being allowed so many people on the tram, they say they're booked actually almost a month or so in advance with tram ticket sales.
I actually went online a month ago to look, and they were selling already a month ahead.
Ahead.
And the reason is because each tram, even though they're the world's largest rotating cars in the world for tram, they are limiting the amount of people that can go in that tram. And as a result, they're bringing people up and down as fast as possible, but they just can't bring as many people. And so they're selling out or sold out quite far in advance.
Right. But I was also told that when things balance out, that we will be getting some more tram passes to give away.
I wonder what happens on days like I'm assuming yesterday that nobody went up.
Well, if it's too windy, they shut it down.
Right. So I wonder how all those get transferred. That becomes a logistical nightmare for the Palm Springs aerial tramway. But we're going to figure it out. It's open, and we're going to have snow up there We had an inch of snow at least. I think they were expecting over 8 inches or more up there. And looking at just the cloud cover that's here and the rain that was coming down in the valley, only 40% chance of rain in the valley, but it rained yesterday. La Quinta, Palm Desert, Rancho Mirage.
Here, remember that really strong winds and showers, and it was.
I was out walking.
Sun, rain, and clouds.
I was out walking. I took a picture one direction, it was raining. I took the picture in the other direction, it was half sun, half rain, and then I turned around behind me and it was blue skies.
It was great, and I got my car washed yesterday morning.
Of course you did.
But that's all right. I put it in the garage and hit it. All right, the winners are Olivia Hendrick, and this is they won tram passes, some other fun stuff.
Did they get like 4?
Oh, Dennis is watching. Hey, Dennis, how are
Dennis,
you?
what's
Dennis
going
just
on?
tuned in. They did win stuff. Oh, winners will receive 4 tramway admissions plus a tramway embroidered baseball cap. So there you go.
All right.
So it is Olivia Hendricks of Bermuda Dunes, Preeti Brahma of Piedmont, California, Carolyn Kerner Schmidt of San Diego, David Butts of Anchorage, Alaska, and A. Shutak of Palm Springs. So congratulations to all the winners. So, you were mentioning the rollers,
That's right.
roller skating.
Right.
How many of you out there would put on roller skates right now and go roller skating? I bought roller skates a couple years ago, and I was going to roller skate around where I live, but I tried it, and the street I thought would be a lot smoother. And it was so, even though it was an asphalt street, it was really bumpy, and I did it about twice and said, oh, this is no fun. I mean, my teeth were rattling. Anyway, would you roller skate out there?
I think so.
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Would you roller skate? That seemed like such a fun event that we could do anywhere.
I agree with you. It seems like a great exercise. It seems like something that is coming back. I know that Venice and beaches and everything else, it's always been a very, I think it'd be great. And I think that a lot of people still are enjoying their roller blading and roller skating. Maybe not so much blades anymore.
Anything goes in and out of fashion.
That's true.
What's coming back, we want to say hi to Nabil, who has joined us. Hey, Nabil, how are you? Marilyn. Did you see that?
I did. In fact, we put an article out up about it. Very popular. Tell me more. I know a little bit.
I don't know. You probably know as much as I do.
Okay, well, what they're doing, they're going to be meeting here, the city council, and they're trying to decide, in principle, someone has purchased it for $1 million.
For Palm Springs.
Actually, a private person or a group, a nonprofit, is buying it. No. They want to put it and give it to Palm Springs.
Which is very nice.
They're trying to figure out the city where they might put it. So I do believe, now they haven't purchased it. It is dependent on, of course, the city agreeing to take it back. They're also considering leasing it. But I believe they want to buy it so that it's complete, it's done, and it's here.
Yeah.
And the price is $1 million.
And the people that came to see Marilyn at all hours of the day was incredible. I think where the babies are behind the museum.
I think they're desirous of making that an
in
art
that area.
corridor. I think they've already started with the babies, and I think they're interested in continuing. It's right in front of the art museum. Kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Right there behind the Kempton Rowan Hotel. So
Jacqueline says, yes, bring back the roller rinks for sure.
The roller rinks. I like that too.
Oh, we know what Jacqueline. She's one of the arm guards and okay.
I like the roller. I remember the roller rinks. I didn't do it too much. I didn't
do. I'm not kind of that physical.
I fell down when I was young ice skating, and I really didn't like things that were attached to my feet after that.
Okay, well, maybe we won't see Craige out there up and down the streets of Palm Desert.
Not too much.
Rollerblading.
Probably
okay,
not.
If we do, we'll see him with a hat, the
or
arm guards,
I'll
the
be in a
shin
car.
guards. All right, here's something else going on. You probably know more about all this than I do, but Johannes is in Palm Springs. They're adding a parklet, this large patio that they're adding on. They had all the city's approval and stuff. Anyway, it's this big area. They're going to extend their patio seating around the side. So, and the way they're doing it looks like it's going to be permanent. So they'll have a lot of outdoor seating, and Johannes is open, just so you know, for patio and curbside takeout. But they've been working on this, and they're really excited.
You see it everywhere. If you drive down El Paseo Drive, you will see that they have absolutely built what looks like permanent type structure frames into the road or out into the sidewalk, where they're really capturing more outdoor space to help people feel like, there's an area to sit there. And I'm seeing it all up and down El Paseo. We're seeing it in downtown Palm Springs. I'm sure Indio and other places are also expanding wherever they are their outdoor patio space. It is really neat to see. It's not that easy to really get into places because they've limited the indoor space, so there's less space, and you're having to make reservations at a lot of locations. Places like the Yard House have opted with no reservations.
Well, they had all that great area too, where the water is.
Still busy.
Yeah.
Every single day. I can't believe it. So, you know, one of my favorite things, and people don't know, and here's a little secret for you at the Yard House. While you're waiting, you can go inside and you can get any drink you want. And they put it in a plastic cup.
At the bar.
You have to walk, you know, there's just an area where it's lined out, you know, they got ropes or whatever, and you got to walk up to the bar and you can get whatever drink you want. You can order anything you want. They put it in a plastic cup, and guess what? You can take it right outside and walk it around the river. You can do whatever you want with that thing. Now, I don't know what the legalities of it is, but I'm letting you know that plenty of people, this is the secret. While you're waiting out there for an hour, you can go inside. You can order whatever you like, mixed drink or beer that you want, and take it with you outside and enjoy a walk around the river with it, or you can sit down with that drink and drink it.
So if you're on a date, you can start your date before you sit down, get a couple glasses of wine.
That's right.
Go sit out there under the trees and the lights and listen to the water.
Or you can even walk it around. Isn't that interesting?
You know, why aren't they using an amphitheater over there?
I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. You know, I think that in general, the river's starting to get busier and busier. For a while, there really wasn't that many people. You know, Verizon's gone, Starbucks is gone. So many of the businesses aren't there anymore. So the large restaurants are there.
They have a new owner. So maybe...
Now, is this, I don't know which new owner it is. Like, is this recent?
Within the last year, I heard they sold. New ownership took over, and that's kind of why old ownership wasn't pushing so hard. They didn't care about filling anything.
I gotcha.
Once people went out, but they have new ownership.
Retail across. I mean, I was at Westville Mall as well, checking it out, getting some exercise, getting some of my phones repaired.
Notice how he says some.
Well, I have a couple phones.
He does have a couple phones. It's amazing. I barely use one at a time, and he's using 2 or 3 at a time.
That's true. Well, all of them had broken glass, so I was able to get it fixed at Westville Mall, which I went to Best Buy, couldn't get it fixed. Went to Verizon directly. They wouldn't fix it. They're saying, no, sorry, we don't repair phones. So I'm like, okay. So I go and I get my phones repaired. I can't believe it. You know, a couple $100 to get the glass fixed and everything, but it's working perfectly. It looks great. Both phones are looking great. So I had a chance to get through Westville Mall. I took the hour and a half it took them to repair and did hiking.
Good
I walked.
Yeah.
So I got 5 miles.
Awesome.
5 miles done in Westville Mall. My knee's starting to feel a little bit better.
Good.
So working on that. But, you know, it was tough to see. There were a lot of people, but there were so many stores that weren't open anymore, that they've just been shuttered. I saw Victoria's Secret open. It hadn't been open for a long time, so I think nationally they must have opened up. So people have always asking me, is Victoria's Secret open? And it was. So it was wide open there. So it's good to see. I'd like to see the businesses and the parking lot full. What's sad is the empty spaces.
Drive along El Paseo right now. Look at all the empty spaces, and we are going into season. I haven't been, and I have to get in the car and go drive down to Palm Springs. But what has happened with Palm Canyon? Do you know if they've opened 2 lanes going up and down? Has that happened yet? Or no?
I was there a week ago and it had not.
It had not happened yet.
I don't know currently whether they have figured that out. I saw more businesses. I've seen like The Village, you know, who we talked to.
Yeah.
David Mariner, who came on and shared his frustration and challenges with the closings. And I've seen that he's absolutely into the street now. He's built some stuff near his location, Los Consuelos, Lulu's, and others, but I don't know if it's open. That's a very good question.
It's just not the same. If you guys have been downtown to Palm Springs, any of the restaurants, let us know. I am a little odd in many ways. Oh, it says, do you know why Agua Plaza is not open? Great outdoor area. Lulu's is open. Strange. That is strange, Jacqueline. Maybe because what Craige was saying, that the river was kind of basically shut down for such a while. I know some restaurants that are kind of just hesitant to open till they feel they have a little bit, our county has a little bit more grasp on, can they stay open once they do open?
I mean, they have such a great area there, and it's so popular and busy. I have no idea why they decided to not. Maybe just the heat. When they first opened up,
right? It was too hot
indoor,
to sit
outdoor,
out
it was a little bit. It was a little bit toasty to be out there. But now, what a perfect spot and place. And I'm letting you know, it is busy there. I mean, I see Yard House busy. I'm not sure about P.F. Chang's. I see Cheesecake Factory also. I don't think they have outdoors a lot of pickup at Cheesecake Factory. I haven't seen Cheesecake Factory open up at all.
Hattery.
Yeah, they have a big area out there.
They are open though.
They are? Cheesecake Factory is actually serving food. Yes. So there you go.
But I patronize the restaurants, but I'm not big in going and sitting out in these extended patios areas. I don't know why.
I like it.
That's just
I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the air.
It depends on where it is. If they took they're halfway down the street in front of a bunch of other businesses, no. If they're right near their own, which is fine.
So one of the things that was really neat, I had a chance to go to Palm Desert High School this past week. Okay. I might have sent you a picture or two. The film and broadcasting class does a news report. And as a result, their entire crew, the camera people, the engineers, the talent, the kids that are actually speaking, show up to class. So they actually physically go to Palm Desert High School. Also, so does some of the health classes where you need the physical touch and things you have to do. The districts are allowed, and they're having kids actually go to class. So I was invited to go and take a look. Oh my gosh. They have a studio to die for. My understanding is over $1 million. Their studio for the kids.
Well, good for them for investing in the future.
It was amazing. Green screens. They had all kinds of film production. They had a room of 50.
Did you talk to them? I hope you talked to the class about it.
I watched them do their actual filming.
Oh, good.
Hung out with them.
Good.
Seeing if you and I could maybe use the studio, just because I think it'd be fun for the kids to help us out a little bit. Couldn't believe it. And I kept saying that, the schools are open, and I actually got corrected by the Desert Sands Unified School District superintendent.
Oh.
So,
because they're only open part-time,
schools
right?
I keep saying schools are open, and what I want to say is this. In Tier 1, they have to have a variance. So you do have to apply for variance. But the school districts, the public ones, haven't. I think finally now we have our very first Riverside County School District that has applied for variance, and I think it's been accepted. So many of the schools do have plans to begin to open up at the end of the year. But what I want to say is they're operational. School's in session. People don't realize that school's completely in session, and there are certain classes where they are showing up at high schools, at Desert Sands and others, but they haven't really applied for those variances necessary. So I've been wrong in saying that they're, quote, open. They are operational, and schools are open, and they can be open, but they have to get variances.
I have not heard one parent say to me, not one say to me that their child is learning anything at home with the virtual schooling. Not one. They're so disappointed.
I'm blown away that we haven't seen more pushback just because kids being at home and parents still trying to work and trying to sort it all out. If parents were designed to be the teacher, then why do we have school?
Right.
And if they can do it virtually, then why do we have all these physical $1 million campuses here if we're not utilizing them?
It doesn't work.
I'm confused. I'm still not sure where COVID is transferred or when COVID is active or not active. You can go to the stores and banks, and there's people in there all the time, and they're interacting, and you don't really hear a tremendous amount of challenges. They haven't shut those things down. I'm just not really sure. You've got Disney World operating since July, but Disneyland, same company,
Knott's Berry Farm,
can't
Universal,
operate. Right, Magic Mountain, can't operate in California. I don't get it.
Now, if they were to open with limited ticket sales to all of these, now that would be the time to go. Can you imagine going to Disneyland with just a quarter of the people there?
Man,
that would be amazing.
I
I'd go again.
I would too.
I liked it.
You know, even though you get those endorphins and you stand in line another hour, you know, you're like, I'm never going to do this. And then you get off the ride and you're like, let's go do it again.
Know. Disneyland
let's
does
go
bring
do
out
it again.
the kid. They sell alcohol now too. Michael Shimmer is watching. Hey, Michael. Yeah, now they do. Now they wanted to bring in something for the adults that I guess after a long day of running around Disneyland with the kids, they need a drink. I don't know. Anyway, Veterans Day. We're going to talk about the gratitude wall that will be on display at the Civic Center and Park in Palm Desert.
Oh, that's really neat. Now,
is
that a written? Do you write?
Yes.
Are you able to bring a pen?
Glad that you asked that. Continuing members are welcome. Community members are welcome and encouraged to bring their own pen or marker to write a thank you message to our veterans, or a simple sign their name on the wall. So you can write a message, sign your name, and then they're going to. This is really cool.
Now, is that an extended period? Is that just on Wednesday and Veterans Day, or is that going to be a period of time? To
put all the gratitude on there, on the gratitude wall, will be November 9th and 10th.
Okay.
Over at the Palm Desert Civic Center Community Park over there. You can't miss the wall. And then they're going to have some virtual event on Veterans Day going on. So you need to go to the website, cityofpalmdesert.org, to find out more. But all of you who can go over there and write a thank you to our veterans, please do so. I like that.
I do too.
I think that's
really do
very
like
cool. Yes.
You know, we had some interesting, mention elections. I think Palm Desert opened up in District 1 and 2.
Oh, did we have elections?
Yeah, we just had, I think we did. Was that Tuesday?
Yeah.
Wow.
Tuesday.
Seems like such a long time ago.
Phew. We weathered the storm. I know people that weren't going to go to work
no
that
pun
way,
intended with the weather.
that were loading up on weapons. I mean, it was.
That's true.
I just heard.
That's true.
Crazy stories
I heard
out
ammunition
there.
was low.
Kind of like the millennial when the whole world. Remember when it changed to 2000, everything was shutting down.
Y2K.
The world would end. We would have nothing.
I had people from Europe write me saying, "I hope you're safe. I hope you're going to be okay. We're praying for your country. You know, we hope it doesn't disappear."
Yeah.
I mean, this is how the news media though is spinning it.
Right.
So,
yes.
And I guess there's always the potential.
I am embarrassed at our media.
Crazy. I am too.
I am so embarrassed.
It just
I don't even want to call myself a media person.
I know. We always try to be, positive people, places, and things, and try to get people information to grow, learn, improve, not necessarily just tear down. Right. And so a lot of the news continues to report. For instance, even though we're at some of the lower levels in hospitalizations for COVID, when it goes from, say, 20 to 30, even though it's at a low level, the news always says it's up 50%. It never really says, but we're at the lowest level since April,
right?
And it's increased 50% from this to this in the last day or two. It's always, that's the headline. And then you read into it, and you read at the very bottom line, hospitalizations at the lowest rate. You just don't see that as the headline.
Yeah.
That's good news. People have been working very hard in Coachella Valley, Riverside County, you and I included, all my friends, in really masking up, doing the social distancing, not getting together in big parties or anything like that. And so I'm very proud of our county, and I think as a result we should be rewarded for it. Unfortunately, it's case and positivity rates, which really the numbers don't really measure the weight of our health industry. It measures different types of measures that don't necessarily reflect the pressures here. Our health industry is asking for people to come and get surgeries, do the elective, don't put off healthcare testing, annual checkups, diabetes, and so on, because you're worried about COVID.
Right.
It's safe to go to the hospital. Go to the hospital if you need to. Get the surgeries you need to. Consult with your doctors. Continue to live your life.
No, you're right, though. You're right. I was thinking about when you were talking about all this. We have the farmers market in Borrego Springs, and this was our third week on Friday. And I had one fellow that got a little annoyed because I did ask him to put his mask on. And we'll talk about this in the travel section of the show as far as these small towns and whatnot. Anyway, his reply to me was, "Okay, then I'll just leave." And I said, "Thank you."
What else are you going to do?
What am I going to do? I'm not going to. And I could see that he has to realize everyone else, including me. I mean, I get a sore throat after 4 hours of wearing the mask and stuff. We're all just as frustrated. But on the flip side, we all want to protect the people around us.
I went to Massage Envy.
Yeah. Oh,
I tried it. Yes,
I
they
need
are.
a massage.
Inside massage. Yes.
I'm going.
So think about that. It's something that changed. Remember nail salons?
Yes.
Massage was not allowed.
Right.
Well, when we moved from tier 2 to 1, they allowed massage and nail salons to stay, personal care to stay inside. So I went to Massage Envy. Was offered, not a freebie, but another member said, "Hey, you could go."
Yeah.
So it was very cool to just do the protocol, but I had to wear my mask the entire time. Really? So you mentioned that, and so that was a part of it.
Even when your face is down.
Yes. It took me a while to get used to it, but I did.
Yeah.
I did.
It was worth it, though. It was worth it wearing the mask.
I'm like, you gotta have it. You gotta get your body massage. You gotta get your nails taken care of. You gotta get your hair cuts.
Yeah.
You just feel better. Yeah. It's kind of like getting your car washed. It just runs better.
Yes, and they have all their masks on and all that sort of stuff. And they're using all that cleaner and everything in the car. I mean, that'd be the last place I'm watching them spray everything. Spray everything, wipe it down, use new rags to clean the inside of the car. They're not pulling out from anybody else's car. So we're doing really good.
You schedule Massage Envy, then you show up. You text them that you're there.
Oh,
and then they
so
say,
you don't wait in the lobby.
That's right. You sit outside, and then they say, "We're ready for you."
Okay.
And when you're ready, you go in. They took my temperature. Hit me my forehead. I don't remember what her name was.
Was it Jamila?
I don't know.
She's great.
La Quinta.
You went La Quinta. Okay, I did prompt it.
I don't remember. So sorry about that. I don't even know if she introduced herself. Maybe,
and she had her mask on the whole time.
Yeah, mask on the whole time.
How about gloves?
So you get hit. I don't think that they had gloves.
They just used hand sanitizer and washed their hands before and all that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And so great. And then you go in and you wear your mask. They make you do hand sanitizer yourself. And that's it. And then you go right in. You do your hour, and it's just fantastic. And I feel wonderful. Awesome. So
we all need massages.
I might sign up for Massage Envy. I don't know.
I was with Massage Envy for quite a while. And then, I don't know, when life got a little crazy for me to go, I stopped. But it really is it's a great deal, and you do a great job. So I might sign up again. So,
Francoise, I have a question for you. She is the director of the Borrego Springs Chamber of Commerce. How is Borrego doing overall? Are we seeing people returning? Are the hotels starting to fill up? Give me a report from Borrego Springs.
Well, since the hotels are at a limit capacity, they're not 100% open. They're only open, I think it's 25% or so. They have been full. We have been getting, there was an article in Westways about a place to drive out to, and we're getting so many people that are driving out to Borrego Springs from the Coachella Valley, Orange County,
That's fantastic.
San Diego, El Centro area that have never been because of this one article. It's kind of crazy.
Oh, what was the article from?
It had 4 places to drive. Drive Escape, I think it was Drive.
Who did the...
Westways.
Oh, Westways.
Westways. Right. And it was incredible. And we have had a lot of people come out that either have never been there or haven't been there in a long time. I have to say my biggest fear, again, is that travelers coming in that don't realize they have it. I almost feel that people that are traveling to California or going to any other state as a snowbird should really quarantine themselves for 2 weeks when you come, just for the safety of everyone around you, because you just don't know.
What happened to those quick tests? Wouldn't it be great,
right,
if we could just have that 15-minute test?
Something.
And I know that would be expensive and it would take a lot of time, but think about the confidence you could have to go to an NBA game or football or something, and every single person is testing.
Right.
They wait 5 minutes. You're fine. And it will be immediate. It'll be right then and there.
That would open up this world so much.
So we're looking forward to that, and obviously vaccines as well. We continue to move forward. 2021 will be different than 2020.
Yes.
Film
Festival here canceled.
Oh, right, that's true. Coming up, International Film Festival canceled. I'm not really sure why. Why can't you? I guess movie theaters are closed. So,
however, in Borrego
Springs,
outdoors? Our film festival there you go. They've actually come up with an idea. It's not going to be no parties, none of anything like that. But they are going to have an outdoor drive-in festival that the county approved with guidelines. Now we just have to fill out the permits and stuff, but we've already presented it to the county of San Diego, and they said, yes, you can do this.
That's fantastic. Well, the one thing that we have to remember is County of San Diego is Tier 2.
Yes.
Coachella Valley is Tier 1.
Yeah.
So you're not as restrictive there. Your restaurants are still open indoors and things like that. So
but with it's still a little limited capacity, but at least you can go indoors.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So Borrego Springs is open and happening, and she's the person to chit-chat with, get the deal, get the offer, in the know. If you want to head to Borrego Springs, which is so close to here, you can do it over a weekend, you can do it over a day, you can do it, you know, a round trip there one day and come back. It's so close. If you've never been to Borrego Springs, you got to do it. I mean, the outdoor, the little town that's there, the Christmas circle, you know, your parade every year is when?
Well, it would have been 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
October.
So I knew that. That's why I was
because you've been there the last couple of years.
That's right. I've been in the middle of that parade.
Standing on the parade route.
That was the funnest thing in the world. One of my favorite gigs to do was to go and actually cover the parade in the entire day. It's 2 days, isn't it? 3 days? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
Yeah. Most of everything is on Saturday and Sunday.
So, and we've been able to go out there and they have the airplanes that fly above. So it's an air parade.
21. Here's a tip, though. Here's a tip
There you go.
to all you restaurant owners out there, or all you restaurant owners that are friends of restaurant owners or grocery stores. We're getting a lot of people request for pre-packaged Thanksgiving meals for people that are in RVs and camping and vacation rentals.
There you go.
They want to be able to go buy their Thanksgiving meal, bring it home. Just a tip for you out there, if you haven't thought about doing that, there's something you can start marketing right now, because that's...
Now, do they want it warm, or are they willing to heat it up?
Everybody's doing something different. I think a lot of them is where they're going to have to heat up whatever they take home, but they want it already cooked, basically ready to go. Heat up, they bring it home, put up the cranberry sauce and whatnot, heat the turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy, and they're good to go.
I hope you invite me. Oh my gosh. Didn't we do a Thanksgiving?
We did Thanksgiving last year.
Can you believe it?
I did.
I cannot believe it.
Cameraman Steve.
That's right. We had so much fun in your house. I loved it. That was great. You
Jack
decorated.
Still says, do you know Craige didn't know how to open a bottle of beer with a
Thank God, right? I'm not so adept at beer opening. Wine, on the other hand, I could do.
Snap that one right.
Yeah, I think we brought a few bottles of wine, and you know, we don't often get a chance to break bread together.
No.
Especially 2020. We've barely see each other except for the show.
I know.
You know, it got dark outside. You know, we were in our little studios here in Palm Desert, and all of a sudden I saw the sun kind of disappear.
I know.
And I'm sure you guys can still see us because we have our ring of light here.
Yes.
So I know.
George, Big Brother on TV, they had all these mirrors had lights just like this now. I mean, these lights that they've designed for all these cameras with phones and all that sort of stuff really are incredible.
It's neat.
Just really
I mean, if you come in here, you just see all these tripods and lights and camera stands and stuff like that. And a little bit different than what I saw at Palm Desert High School. You know, their little studio there, $1 million. Ours is not quite that.
Not quite. It's all right.
That's right.
Are getting
and we got the
word
Lavender
out there.
Festival right here behind you. You know, look at this beautiful.
Yeah, we were going to be out by the
mail.
pool today, but it was too cold.
That's
Remember
true.
we talked
We
about
talked
being
about
it was too cold.
I thought about even doing Lupine Plaza, you know, just to show people.
But the wind.
That's right.
The wind
it would have
hits
messed
these
your hair up.
microphones. Well, that's true.
We couldn't have survived the show.
No.
It would have been difficult.
All right.
Well, you know what, Francoise? You're coming back here, traveling with Francoise. We'll be back at you in about 10 minutes at Today's California. Thank you guys for joining in and watching us. This is What's Happening Coachella Valley. And I'm Craige Campbell for CoachellaValley.com. And my co-host, Francoise Rhodes, traveling with Francoise. Are you going to turn us off?
I'm going to go turn us off.
Okay, well, then there we go. I guess we are saying goodbye. So, hey, we'll be right back at you. Stay tuned. Thank you so much. If you guys have any other questions, put them in the comments. We're always following up. And if you are interested in having an interesting story, make sure you let us know what it's all about.
Tell them the website to go to.
CoachellaValley.com.
And Facebook page?
Coachella Valley.
There
so simple.
So simple.
Very, very simple.
Say goodbye,
right.
Craige.
Talk to you guys later. Thank you so much.